Hi, this is Ken Kaplan from Kaplan Cycles and the New England Motorcycle Museum. This is one of many H1 500s that we put up for sale. This one here, first I'll tell you the bad news and then I'll tell you the good news about it. We've sold the H1 500s upwards of $8,000 for a real clean one. This one's in real rough shape. It needs a full restoration. We have no title to this motorcycle. It's not stolen, of course, but we don't have a title to it. The guy that we bought it from was a collector. He had a bunch of bikes, and we bought the whole collection from him. And this one is one that needs a full restoration. Although the engine is assembled, when it came to us, the cylinder heads weren't on it, and there's no pistons in it. The rod actually has one piston, but two of the cylinders don't have a piston in it. So the engine needs to be completely rebuilt. I would assume the crank needs to be rebuilt. The cases appear to be in good condition. I don't see any major issues with the cases. The side cover, and I'll go over the good news next, but first I want to tell you the bad news. The engine needs a complete rebuild. I'm not sure this is the right year tank for this VIN number, but it is an H1 500 tank. It's also missing the front master cylinder and the clutch lever assembly, so it's missing some parts. That's pretty much the bad news. I can't think of anything else super bad about it. And now I'll tell you the good news. Well, NEDA value on a clean Mach 1 is $10,220. I've sold several for over $8,000, and it's considered to be one of the most collectible. It's a 3-cylinder 2-stroke, so there's a lot of great parts on this bike. This bike is a 500cc triple, as I said, and the frame appears to be in good condition. The swing arm bearings seem to be intact. The swing arm's in good shape. The original shock with the reflector is on there. The pipes are very valuable on this bike, and it's got all three, and there's no rot through on them. There's a couple of, this one's kind of, I think it's dented. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be dented in right there or if that's just a function of the way it's supposed to be. It might be a dent on the pipe right here and a scuff right here on this one, but it's got all three exhaust pipes. They look pretty good from this side on what you can see. I don't see any rust through on it. This one on this side right here looks to be in probably the best shape of the three. This one's in good condition. It's missing a mounting bracket, but I don't see any dents in or damage on this one. The chain guide appears to be intact, as is the sprocket, the sprocket bushings, hub, rim, left side shock. It has a couple of new components on it. It has a brand new set of Superbike bars on it, which are probably $35, and it's got a brand new set of the pod type air filters that are probably another $35. So it's got a couple of new parts on it. Original seat base is intact. Left side cover is intact, and it's kind of in rough shape, a little beat up. The right side one's missing entirely. Front fender is intact. Headlight bucket, tack and speedo. The speedometer is showing 6,593 miles, and I would bet that is original mileage. I think something happened with the motor, and the guy just parked the thing and let it sit in a area where there's a lot of condensation, so a lot of the finishes and fit and finish kind of went downhill on it. But it has the ignition in it. I guess it's the wrong ignition key because it doesn't turn. Actually, no, it does turn. So I'm not sure if the ignition's good, but the tachometer and speedometer, the gauges are nice and clear. And they appear to be intact. So you got a nice gauge pod here, which that alone is probably worth $150 or so. We could have parted the bike out, which is something we considered doing, but I figured I'd sell it whole and let somebody either do that themselves or rebuild it. The chrome stanchions for the headlight bucket are nice and straight. Doesn't appear to ever been damaged. The forks are nice and straight. The chrome on the forks actually is in excellent condition, surprisingly. So the forks appear to be in great shape, as does the front hub, the front rim. I think that's the original front rim, and it has the caliper intact on there. So brake lever is there. Foot pegs are there, as they are on this side along with the shifter. The shifter, we just bought one of these for an H1 500. I think it was like it was an H1 500 when we just sold. Real nice one. I had to buy one of those linkages, and it was like $150. So the bike's definitely worth a lot in parts. It's probably worth substantially more parted out than it is as a whole, the gas tank and everything. So the The goal with Kawasaki was to produce a motorcycle with 500cc displacement that was able to develop 60 horsepower and have 13-second quarter-mile times, then considered over the achievable limit for a road bike. The Mach III appeared in the US in 1969 with a white sculpted fuel tank and blue racing stripe on the lower part of the tank and special Dunlop tires. The engine is a 3-cylinder 2-stroke with a displacement of 499 cc's, triple Mikuni VM28 carbs, triple exhaust, and CDI ignition. So the motorcyclist said the Mach's power to weight ratio was the best ever produced in a motorcycle, meant to sell to anyone who has the money to purchase. So it was a bike for the masses that had the highest power to weight ratio. The H2 750s, as you know, have gone through the freaking roof regularly. Original examples are bringing $20,000, $15,000 to $20,000 for a nice H2. If you can even find one, someone else selling one. The next step down is the H1. Best power to weight ratio of its size and truly ahead of its time. Outlawed due to the California carbon emissions, you know, and these are really going up in value too. 10 grand for a mint one. A very good one's $58.70. A good one's $36.75. A fair one is $21.75. So, you know, we're gonna have a low reserve on this. We'll let you guys out there in two-stroke world who know what to do with this bike determine what its value is. So I'm gonna put it out there. A portion of the proceeds from the sale of this bike are going to fund the New England Motorcycle Museum, so it's going to a good cause. Of course, you got nice triple clamps here, a nice clean up there, no damage. So yeah, the motor's shot. It needs to be completely rebuilt, as does a lot of the rest of the bike, but it's all there. So if you have the wherewithal to rebuild it, go for it. If you want to buy it for parts, go for it. If you just want to put it in your collection as an investment, it's not that bad to look at. It's not like the green color. So I'm going to roll it back into the showroom for everybody to Google at, and you don't see too many triple two-strokes anymore. So hopefully they'll go to a good home. And if you have any questions, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Good luck bidding on the bike. We'll help you find a shipper. Ship it anywhere in the country for about $500 or less. So a portion of the proceeds are going to the New England Motorcycle Museum. So you're buying a piece of moto history and helping preserve motorcycle culture. So good luck bidding on it. God bless America.